Yo, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I have in front of me the Samsung Galaxy Tab S10 Ultra. Now Samsung dropped this tablet without any notice. Let's go and see what changed. Now, here is the presentation here. The black looks very different compared, well, the black color. I believe this does still come in the black and white color, but it is a different, like, two-tone color. It kind of gives me the Z Flip 6 vibes. More on that later. I'll explain why. But pretty much here it is. I got the black version. I don't know what to call it, to be honest. It's like Moonstone Gray or something. I'm not too sure, but we're going to call it black. So we got the Galaxy Tab S10 Ultra in black. Let's talk about this thing. Now, not too much has really changed. So let's go ahead and talk about some specs. For starters, the Tab S10 Ultra has a 14.6-inch AMOLED display. That thing is huge. That thing is going to look beautiful. We got two rear cameras and two front-facing cameras. Here's the back of the box. We'll go over that in a second. But pretty much we'll have two rear cameras, 13 megapixels, and an 8-megapixel ultra-wide. And the front's going to have two 12-megapixel sensors, one being ultra-wide and just one being your normal selfie camera. Boom, boom, boom. Take a look at that. Got some information here. Cool thing about this tablet, if you didn't know, and this applies to the S9 Ultra as well, these are IP68 water and dust resistant. That's really, really cool for tablets. But yeah, we yapping a little too much about specs already. When I usually kind of talk about the specs when I open this puppy up. Let's just tear these. While I tear these up, since I already started talking about specs here, this is rocking an 11,200 milliamp hour battery. Although the tablet itself has gotten a bit thinner, the battery still remains quite big. And this charges at 45 watts, which is honestly enough for me for a tablet, to be honest. Three storage options, 256, 512, and 1 terabyte. Only the higher storage options are going to have 16 gigs of RAM opposed to 12 gigs. Your boy got 256 because I'm not a big tablet heavy user. And I have an iPad Pro as well, so gotta keep it even there, my usage. All right, let's set this box to the back and kind of see what we got here going on. Little pull tab here. Now, one thing I didn't mention when we were talking about specs, I'm going to put this right here, is this is kind of new for Samsung, to be honest. Samsung has always used, and I kind of have something I'd like to say. I mentioned this in my first impressions video. I got something to say this video too. But anyway, to give you guys a quick heads up, Samsung is using a MediaTek Dimensity chip compared to the Snapdragon generation chip. So that's different. Let's talk about that in a second here. But first, look at this S Pen. Okay, let me get shout out to my girlfriend because I already traded in my Tab S9 Ultra. We're gonna be kind of doing some comparisons because she still has the Tab S9 Ultra. Let's compare the S Pen first here. So here we got the S Pen. Both real nice, and I will also test out. Let me grab for you guys real quick. If the S Pen Creator Edition, it probably still will, but if this will work with the tablet as well, I just want to test these kind of things for you guys. But here we go. Here's the difference. This was the Tab S9 Ultra, and this is the S10 Ultra. So S Pen itself, very similar. I do like the colorway on this, though. This is nice. I like the two-tone they're doing. The tip is like a white, and the rest is kind of like a gray. I believe it's gray, but I'm still going to call it black. Anywho, we got our pamphlet thing. Well. I always clown Apple for not including the charger, but Apple includes the charging brick for the iPad. What is this, Samsung? At least braid it. Okay, it's a long cable. All right. I'm not using that, though. Samsung, include the charging brick. We cannot be living in an era where Apple's including the charging brick for the iPads and Samsung's not for their Galaxy Tabs. Like, all right, eco-friendliness, I guess. All right, let's put this back. I don't want to make too big of a mess here. Okay, let's see. SIM ejector tool, because there is a micro SD card slot. Love it. And it can support up to 1.5 terabytes opposed to last generation's 1 terabyte. So that's really cool. Shout out Samsung for keeping the SD card in the tablets. I wish you would do the same with the phones. But I get you. You need to sell like the cloud storage and stuff. I get it. Okay. But as I was saying, and I'll start talking about it once I open up the tablet here. Let's go ahead and throw these all on the floor. Bye-bye. All right. Here we go. And let me get a shout out, like I said, to my girlfriend. And we will also be testing to see if the Tab S9 Ultra cases will work for the S10 Ultra. Let me just go ahead and pop hers out of the case real quick. She has the two-piece case. Let's go ahead and pop this thing out of the case. Okay. She still got the sticker on the back. And anyway, here is the Tab S9 Ultra. Sorry, it's a bit dusty. It's been in a case for a bit. Okay. Let's go ahead and open this bad boy. So just so you guys get a little glimpse, this is the black and the Tab S9 Ultra. Looking very, very nice. And now... Sorry, I was yapping too much. I just had a lot to say. Alright? Okay. This thing is super thin. Like, super, super thin. Jesus. I don't know if this is going to come out normally, so I'm probably just going to have to tear this open. Samsung, you're not making this easy for me. That was not satisfying. It's fine, it's fine. Now, one thing I do really want to talk about on the display that I'm really happy about, but not so happy about because I'm going to throw a screen protector as soon as I get this thing set up. It does have the same anti-reflective coating as the S24 Ultra have, and all of Samsung's products have nowadays. Shout out Samsung, that's honestly game-changing, having that anti-reflective display. Like, I'm a huge fan of that. It's a shame I'm going to be throwing a screen protector on this immediately, though, so that anti-reflection is going to go away. Anywho, let's throw all those junk on the floor, and take a look at the tablet and its glory. Shout out the S24 Ultra, which is what's recording this video. Man, oh man. Okay, so still very thin, very, like, ridiculously scary light. Here, let's see the back. Okay. So here's the back of the tablet. Ooh, I actually really like that colorway. Okay. Let me set this here. I don't think it's going to scratch that easily. Let's just set it here. Because this has the Gorilla Glass armor, which is what the S24 Ultra was using. But let's kind of take a look at the difference here between the two. And I'm only really doing a difference comparison on this unboxing because there really isn't too much to talk about. Here it is. I love the two-tone colorway. Z Flip 6 vibes, like I said. Now, just a quick test to see if the Creator Edition will magnetically attach on the back. Absolutely it will. It probably will work with it as well. But there we go. Looking real nice. Okay. Say goodbye to the Tab S9 Ultra. Now, one thing I did want to test, and like I said, things like these we really got to test out here. I'm going to try putting my girlfriend's Tab S9 Ultra case on the Tab S10 Ultra. We just really need to put the back part to see if it'll, like, fit. And will it fit? Will it be a perfect fit? So shout out Danny. She got all these cute stickers on hers, but let's see if this will fit. Yeah. It fits. Oh, sorry, I didn't get that shown. It definitely does fit. So if you have a Tab S9 Ultra case, you can definitely put it on the Tab S10 Ultra as well. That's like literally a perfect fit. So I'm assuming that the cases are going to be pretty similar. Anywho, all that yapping aside, I got big fingerprints on the screen. Let's just go ahead and power this puppy up. Really excited to see that nice anti-reflective display. There it is, the Samsung logo. Oh boy, this looks good. Take a look at that display. Now, one thing I did want to show you, I did not get my two-piece case like my girlfriend had yet, because I'm waiting for that to come back in stock. However, Samsung had this and threw it in for free with a pre-order. This is the one-piece case for the tablet. I'll show you guys how that looks. We'll do an unboxing of that in a second once we set this thing up. But let's go ahead and set this puppy up, and then I'm going to throw my screen protector on and then show you guys this case. So I'm going to agree to all. Set up manually. Skip Wi-Fi for now, just so we can kind of get a look of the look and feel of the tablet first. Shout out Pacific Daylight, that's what we're at, and obviously I'm going to keep all this stuff in, just so you guys know, like, the gist of how it's going to look when you're setting it all up. We will... Actually, no, I'll show you guys the fingerprint. So this does have fingerprint. It's an ultrasonic on screen, which is pretty cool. But then you have, like, your pin and pattern. I'll just put a pin real quick off camera. Alright, we back, y'all. So, registering the fingerprint, as I said, it's ultrasonic. Looking very nice, and of course, with all ultrasonic fingerprint scan. Or, maybe, no, excuse me, it doesn't seem to be ultrasonic. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments below. That is definitely not ultrasonic, because it's... Y'all see the light there? Yeah, this ain't ultrasonic, but it's gonna be fast. It's gonna be fast, so I'm not too carried away on the whole ultrasonic thing. Perfect. So boom, it's going to be an on-display fingerprint scanner. Let's go ahead and get through all this stuff. Samsung Services dark theme. You already know how it is. Please wait. We are all set up. Cool. take a look at the default wallpaper. I really, really like the default wallpaper. Wallpaper this time around. Looks really nice. Really, really nice. Now, as I was saying, and I was going to mention, let's talk specifically. So this has the MediaTek Dimensity 9300 Plus chip in it. So Samsung has ditched the Snapdragon chip this time around for these tablets. This is how I feel about that. So I expected this tablet to come out with the S25 series to keep up with like the time frame where Samsung releases these tablets, but it didn't. It came out with the S24 FE. They released that alongside this, but it didn't come with the S25 series like I expected it to. So I feel like Samsung did that so they didn't need to put the 8 Gen 4 Snapdragon chip in the tablet, just maybe for cost-cutting measures. I don't know. I'm not talking any hate. I'm not a MediaTek hater. I know a lot of people are kind of like, oh, MediaTek is usually mid-range products. MediaTek makes some pretty nice chips, okay? And the chip that's used in this it technically is an upgrade from the Snapdragon 8 Gen that we saw in the previous Tab S10 Ultra. However, it definitely won't be as fast and powerful as the 8 Gen 4. Honestly, it's enough power for me for a tablet. That's all I gotta say. Anyway, very smooth, very beautiful display here. Looking real nice now. Kind of got the setup going on here. But very nice. We have Galaxy AI already on deck with this guy. And just to show you guys, do a little test. We have the S Pen Creator Edition. Does it work? It absolutely does. Okay, so let me go ahead and throw on a screen protector real quick, and then I'll show you guys the one-piece case. I did just show briefly the two-piece case you can get. Let me show the one-piece case. Let me throw a screen protector on first real quick. I'll catch y'all in a second. All right, y'all, so we back, and I comfortably have it face down because I got a screen protector on it. Anyway, this is the case I was talking to you guys about, the one-piece keyboard case. This one, I believe, is going to run you about $200. This one's arguably cheaper than the case that like comes apart and stuff. So just to show you guys, so the main differences is like the keyboard's going to be a bit more of like a rubbery feel, kind of like a membrane keyboard, and it's not going to be backlit, and of course you can't detach it, which is the detached part alone is something that kind of really turns me off with the case, because I do like to use it sometimes without the keyboard attached to it at all times. But if you're trying to save some money and just want a nice case, ooh, sticky everywhere. If you want a really nice case, like a one-piece attached case and you never have to worry about anything, this one's it. So, as you guys saw with that previous case, there were two pieces of it that separate, so this is all one piece. So, this will fit your Galaxy Tab S9 Ultras as well. There is one key difference, and I was very curious to see what it would actually do when I saw it. But let's go ahead and pop this case in. Boom, we got the case in. And then I'll kind of just show you guys how the case is. So, boom, you can have it in kickstand mode like that. Oh, and one big thing too, there's no trackpad. So I still have it out here. Let me just go ahead and grab the keyboard case for the old S9 Ultra. So here's the keyboard case of the old, excuse me, not the old. Oh, wait, hold on, I'll just cut that. So here's the keyboard case. This is for the S9 Ultra. However, this is how it would look like with the addition with like a Galaxy AI button. But it'll pretty much look like this with a trackpad. Pretty nice trackpad. Nicer keys and backlit. Where these are a bit more rubbery. But it does actually have it here. What I was going to show is this Galaxy AI button. So if I just kind of push this over here. If we click that Galaxy AI button, what happens is you have, so when you first start it up, you have an option to choose between Bixby or Gemini. I'm sorry, Bixby. I'm really sorry. But essentially, which is kind of weird how the Galaxy AI button would bring up Gemini, but hey, whatever. So that pretty much is a little assistant toggle key, so you can just call up your assistant. Shout out Gemini. I really like Gemini. I think it's pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. So like I said, it's a one-piece case, and then when you close it up, covers the front, and it has that auto wake feature and covers the back of the S Pen as well. You can also attach S Pens on the top. So if I try it with the Creator S Pen, you can do it on the top as well. Okay, y'all, so we can jump into settings right now. Kind of go to the Galaxy AI tab right there. That's very cool. So one of the new AI features is like the math notes feature, kind of like what Apple did with the calculator. I believe it solves calculus problems and stuff like that. Not too familiar with how that works, but kind of taking a look at all the settings here. Everything as you would expect. Tablet is buttery smooth. This is a very smooth, fast experience. Not a lot of bloatware. We only have like Netflix and some Samsung, Google apps and stuff. Very smooth. Very, very, very smooth. Really happy with it. This display, I believe, is also brighter as well. It does kind of feel a bit brighter. Maybe it's because I haven't used my Tab S10 Ultra in a while, but this is awesome. This is really awesome. Like I said, one cool thing I really like is the fact that there are two front-facing cameras as well. I honestly really like that. Very good for meetings to have that ultra-wide front-facing camera and not just a normal selfie camera. And I do like how there's an ultra-wide camera as well for the back. Now, one final comparison I would like to do with these two tablets is just kind of compare it with my iPad Pro. So this is my iPad Pro M4. Take off the Apple Pencil there, but quite a size difference. The aspect ratio on these devices are different. I personally like the aspect ratio on this. However, I feel like reading and stuff like that on the iPad's nice. However, watching content on the Samsung, I really like this bigger display. So as I was mentioning, there is a 3D like sensor for like face scanning and whatnot. So this is obviously gonna have better face scanning, but I do prefer the fingerprint scanner, excuse me. And I do like how there's a second front-facing camera opposed to just one. So there's an ultra-wide. Shout out Plants vs. Zombies 2. I've been playing that. But just kind of take a look for size comparison. That's the difference. And this is the 13-inch iPad Pro M4 and the Galaxy Tab S10 Ultra. Very big difference, obviously, in size. Both great machines. Comment down below if you guys would like me to do a comparison, a thorough comparison between both of these tablets. But other than that, not too much else to talk about here. This is the refined Galaxy Tab S10 Ultra. Honestly, nothing too big, but I'm not to complain. Now, one thing I do, I'm sorry I'm rambling a lot, but one thing I would have liked to see, they're probably never going to do this just because then their laptop sales are going to decrease, but imagine these puppies with the Snapdragon X Elite processor and you can sideload Windows. That would be awesome. That'd be phenomenal. Now, just to be honest with you, if you have a Galaxy Tab S9 Ultra, maybe even S8 Ultra, you don't need to upgrade to this. You really don't, especially if you have the Tab S9 Ultra. I just like, you know me, I always like to get the best or the newest stuff out. But honestly, it's not going to be the biggest difference. So if you have a S9 Ultra and you're happy with it, keep it. But if you're looking at, if you have like an S7 or anything below or like an A series mid-range, jump the ship on this because this is probably the best Android tablet you can get your hands on. That just about wraps up this unboxing and mini review, I guess. I kind of talked about this for a bit, what I liked, what I didn't like. Comment down below if you're copying one of these Galaxy tablets. Always been such a big fan with these tablets. They're super underrated, really beautiful screens. I really like these. These are great for productivity. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, and I will catch you guys in my next YouTube video.